a knight in white armor. Cold as a shot from a gun. If you should look for a man who loves danger, to whom love is a stranger, this man is the one.
You see, my dear? Already you are screaming with terror, and I have done nothing. Nothing at all.
Oh, please, Mr. Vargas, let me go. I'll leave London. You'll never see me again, I promise.
But how would that help me? I'm a suspicious man. I can't help it. I keep thinking, supposing she were to talk. Supposing she were to get away from London and feel secure again. A phone call. All she would have to do would be pick up a phone.
Oh, but I wouldn't.
Of course, if by some miracle you were to lose the power of speech, the gift of sight.
Oh, no. Please, no.
Think it over, my dear. If you can convince me that you will return to the club and carry out this small task, nothing more will be said. If not...
But why me? Why?
I should have thought that was obvious. Ahmed finds you attractive. An exploitable weakness.
Miss?
Yes.
You sure you're all right?
Yes. Are you sure this is the right place?
Well, this is the address you gave me, miss. Try the lift. Hey, what is this? It's a fire you've given.
Come in. What is it, Sims?
A lady to see you, sir.
Well, show her in, my dear fellows. Dear lady. What tragedy has befallen you?
Oh, Mr. Adamant.
Please, you mustn't tax yourself any further. Quickly, Sims, a doctor.
National health or private?
Don't be stupid, man.
Oh. There isn't much time. You must help me.
Now, please, I have summoned a doctor. Just rest.
Oh, they're evil. Terribly evil. You must stop them.
They?
Vargas. Others. They tried to make me help. You must stop them.
You have my word. There is no greater crime than to strike down the weak and defenseless.
Listen. There's a club.
Please. Please, you must lie still.
Oh, I must listen. Go to the club. Find Ahmed. Watch and walk. They've a plan. A terrible plan.
Vargas. Vargas!
Of course I can.
Miss Jones, I suggest you leave immediately. This is no place for you.
What on earth happened? It wasn't you.
Miss Jones.
Mr. Adamant did suggest you leave.
Is there such a place as the Fluffy Club?
Yes, but you wouldn't like it.
Of that I've no doubt, but if you would direct me.
Oh, that's where she's from. I'm not surprised. It's got a rotten reputation.
I don't think we require the more lurid details, Miss Jones.
Well, you want to know what to expect. Did she tell you who?
To watch and warn a man called Ahmed and then Vargas.
Vargas. He's the one that owns the place. Why didn't I go on first and see?
Certainly not, Miss Jones. I've no intention of allowing you to come in contact with such an atmosphere.
But I've seen heaps worse than
I
that.
have no doubt, but not at my instigation.
You didn't bring a coat, did you?
Look, at least let me
No,
help you.
Miss
Be lost
Jones.
in there.
There are things I must do which are not for eyes such as yours.
This way, miss.
Sims! Sims, in your estimation, at what time do these clubs reach the height of their festivity?
I've no idea, sir. I never played them. I couldn't do my act in 3 feathers and a broad grin.
The time, Sims.
Oh, early hours usually, sir, around 1.
Splendid. That gives me a few hours to prepare. Would you lay out my clothes? Oh, and the doctor. When he arrives, keep your remarks to a minimum. The young lady arrived mortally wounded and expired without any explanation. Tell the police the same story.
But won't you be here?
No, I think not. At this stage, it would be wiser to keep my involvement secret.
Poor Ahmed, it isn't your night.
Is it ever?
Oh, come on now, that's not the attitude. You've had a bad run, that's all. Look, you stay here and I'll get you some more chips.
No, I've lost heavily. I can't afford.
Your credit's always good. You probably win it all back tonight and more. All right?
Hello.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Nothing important, thank you, miss.
Helen. Would you like a table or will you sit at the bar?
I think I'd like a table, please.
This one?
Thank you.
Your Fluffy will be right over to take your order, sir. And I do hope you have a pleasant evening.
Thank you, you're very kind. My what?
Fluffy. Well, they're all very cute.
I would hardly describe the moral disintegration of these young ladies as cute, madam.
Good evening, sir. I'm your Fluffy for tonight.
Miss Jones.
Shh. You're not supposed to know me.
There are times when I wish I didn't, Miss Jones. I distinctly told you not to set foot in this vice-ridden lair.
But I can help. And it was a breeze getting the job. You see, they're desperate for girls with good legs.
Have you no shame?
Who's ashamed? They're all right, don't you think?
I was referring to the atmosphere.
But I've already found out who Ahmed is, and if I leave now, it's only going to... A scotch and soda, sir?
No, I would prefer a brandy, please. Is Ahmed here?
Yes, he's at the roulette table. His full name is Ahmed Karim Ben Sharet.
Ben Sharet?
He's got the dreamiest
Then his
eyes.
father rules the kingdom of Muada.
Yeah, he's very rich.
And powerful. You've no right to stay here talking. Would you bring my brandy over to the gaming room, please?
Your wish, sir, is my command.
Thank you so much.
Sheik. Sheik.
No, I fear I must forego that pleasure. But please, perhaps later you would do me the honor of joining me in a waltz. Thank you, sir.
Make it 500 in 5 and 10 pound chips.
Fool is no longer capable of stopping. He cannot pay us without going to his father, and he daren't do that. He daren't do that at all.
Then you're ready for phase 2?
We start initiating him tonight. The 50,000 he already owes us will be as nothing once you've got him in the big game.
And the sheik?
He arrives tomorrow. In 2 days, he will be dead. And Ahmed, a puppet without strings.
Yes, it's working well, Vargas. But 2 days isn't much time, even for Ahmed. The corruption must be complete.
Don't worry, my friend. He's a man with a fever. Once you have him in the big game.
That part will be a pleasure. Still, I'd feel happier if he was hooked on something more sensual.
Unfortunately, our plan for that had to be terminated. Still, his greatest appetite is for gambling. And there we can always oblige him.
While he hands us the sheik of Muada on a solid gold plate.
Wait. The man who has just come in. Has he ever been here before?
I've never seen him.
Adamant. This is the last place he would be unless he suspected something.
But how could he? Surely it's just coincidence.
Only fools believe in coincidence, Calvert. No. Adamant knows something. But what?
We can't afford to take chances now.
I know that. But then neither can he. And his very principles will prove his weakness.
How?
If he reacts to the big game, we will know. And if we know...
Of course. He will set his own trap.
Exactly. And what better bait for a true Victorian gentleman?
34, red. You lose, sir.
Ah.
Merci, monsieur.
Merci, monsieur.
Merci, monsieur, monsieur.
Mistress of the wheel does not appear to be with you tonight.
I do not play to win, sir, only for the enjoyment.
I see. In that case, your evening must be quite ecstatic.
Excuse me, I couldn't help overhearing you. The sentiments of a true gambler.
Oh, thank you.
I must say, though, I'm a little surprised, considering the large sums you're investing.
Oh, why?
A man of your caliber, I would have thought, would be more interested in the big game. Now, there you have the ultimate enjoyment.
The big game, I don't know it.
You don't want to, either.
No, perhaps not.
No, wait. Look, if there's a better game, then I have a right to play.
Well, that would be up to Mr. Vargas.
Well, then ask him. Just how big is it?
Oh, there's no limit. What you bet here in a week could be lost, or won, on one hand.
Excellent. Excellent.
Merci.
Yes, monsieur.
A drink, sir? For you, sir?
No, thank you. Yes, I think I will. Scotch and soda. Oh, before you go, would you,
Yes, you bet.
put this on for me, please?
Which number?
I don't care.
Excuse me, may I have the pleasure?
The what?
A quiver, or whatever you call it.
By all means,
Yes,
sir.
monsieur.
Thank you,
Yes, you bet, please. Yes, you bet. Excuse me.
I beg your pardon. Miss Jones, I wish to talk, not dislocate my vertebra.
What about?
Ahmed, what have you heard?
He's taking a degree at Oxford, can afford to run a car and London flat, and loses heavily almost every night. I'll let you have the more personal details later.
The general background will suffice, thank you. Now, what have you heard about the big game?
Goes on all night. Very hush-hush. By invitation only.
Well, there must be more to this than losing a few pounds. Would you keep your eye on Ahmed?
That I intend to do. Oh, his drink.
Bet, would you, monsieur? Did you bet? Yes, you bet, please. Merci, monsieur. Bet, would you, monsieur?
Your drink, sir.
Ah, there you are. You know what you just did?
No, but I hope it was nice.
Oh, it was marvelous. You've changed my luck. 3 times in a row on single numbers.
Oh, I'm glad.
Just stay right where you are. Don't move.
Never blue, no more bet.
Okay.
I believe you wish to play some cards, sir.
Ah, the big game. I most certainly do. As long as I can bring my lucky charm with me.
Of course you can, sir. That is why they are here.
Now you're quite clear on the run. We take him alternatively on the first and third hands. Are you with us? You play it blind and throw in on a signal from me. Now, do you understand?
Okay, I've got it.
Here they come now. Ah.
Oh!
Now, sir. Extraordinary fella. My dear lady. Oh, forgive me for having to dispatch these scoundrels in your presence. Please, please allow me. But how did you come to fall into the clutches of such villains?
Well, they were in here when I came to change. I had them planning to rob the club.
There will be no robbery tonight, I assure you. Or ever for this scoundrel.
Oh.
Please, forgive me. This is no sight for eyes such as yours.
Please, would you take me home?
But of course, my lady.
Thank you.
I'm at your service.
I wonder, would you wait for me in the club? I have to tell Mr. Vargas I'm leaving and about those men.
Well, if you wish it, I should.
No, if I see him alone, it'll only take a moment. Please.
Yes, of course, of course.
Idiots, 2 Boy Scouts could have done a better job.
We must get rid of Adamant.
Try blowing up the club, you might just catch him.
Be careful, Helen.
Suppose he finds out about the clinic.
He won't. Tomorrow night, I want him in here. The big game, understood?
Oh, I'll try, but he might...
I said do it. What are you doing there?
Me? Getting a drink for Ahmed. What's wrong with that?
Nothing, if that's all you're doing.
Of course it is.
You're new here, aren't you?
It's my first night.
Well, if you wish to see a second, forget everything that doesn't concern you.
Don't know what you mean. I just came over to get the drink.
Then do it.
I'll raise you 500.
Just the two of us. Well, let's see how big you really are. I'll raise you 10,000. What? But this is the big game, my friend. Well?
I'll see you.
Quite nice. There should be all of 50,000 here. Oh, I trust that these are moth-proof.
All notes from Mr. Sherers are backed by me, Mr. Calvert.
An innocent inquiry, Mr. Vargas, nothing more. After all, it's going to be a long night.
Well, come on. Who deals?
You do.
Would you like to come up? Have a look around.
I think not. It is a little late for callers.
Nonsense. You could have a drink.
You're very kind, but to have been of service is enough. I wouldn't want to impose.
Oh. Well, if you'd rather not.
Ah, please. Perhaps tomorrow for luncheon?
Well, that's a marvelous idea. Oh, there is one problem, though.
Mm-hmm.
We're not supposed to date the customers.
Well, that's most commendable.
We could have lunch at your place. We could have it delivered. I'm afraid my cooking doesn't go beyond morning toast and coffee.
I'm afraid I live alone, Miss Marsden.
Marvelous.
Ah, but I do have a manservant. Perhaps he could act as a chaperone.
Chaperone. You're really that dangerous.
No, it's just, you see, that I'm...
Good night, Adam. Oh, don't worry about tomorrow. I'll bring my own apple.
My dear Ahmed, don't look so depressed. It just wasn't your night.
I couldn't stop. I just kept on signing my name again and again and again. I haven't the faintest idea how much I've lost, but it was... You should have stopped me.
But you were enjoying yourself, my dear boy.
I was in torment.
Your credit is always good, even for such a substantial sum.
How much?
I had to settle it, of course. I hope you can settle with me soon.
How much?
Slightly more than $250,000. Pounds, of course, not piastres.
Never can I hope to pay such a sum.
Of course you can, my dear boy. Your father is one of the richest men in the East. He would not even notice it.
He'd kill me. Not only is it forbidden by Allah, by my father, by his council and my advisors, but the people of Muada. They'd cast me out.
Not if you were sheik.
What do you mean?
A thought. Your father is coming to London for an operation. If it was not successful.
Nonsense. Father will have the finest surgeons in Britain. The operation is important, but not dangerous. He will have returned to Muada within a week.
If Allah is with him.
Allah is always with him.
What a pity he isn't always with you.
What do you plan to do?
You have a choice. Either go to your father or give me some form of security.
But I have nothing of that value.
Then a promise of some kind. I was thinking of a document, signed and witnessed, in which you pledge that in the event of your father's death, you will pay me the full amount.
You'd wait?
Would I do less for a friend?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Vargas.
Not at all, my dear boy. Come in tomorrow night. I'll have it ready for you.
Hi.
Hello. I thought you left ages ago.
I decided to take you home.
Oh, really? It's usually the other way around.
Not tonight. Hey, you look pretty miserable. Why the heck didn't you stop?
I was perfectly able to. Oh, because I'm weak and stupid.
And sorry for yourself. How much did you lose?
$250,000.
$250,000? Son! When did they deport you?
Fortunately, Mr. Vargas let me come to an arrangement with him.
Oh, did he now?
Come on, I'll take you home.
No, I asked first.
And I insist. Besides, it's a good way of finding out where you live.
I can see I'm going to have to watch you.
I could hardly believe it when the taxi turned into a car park. Is the housing problem really that bad?
Quite useful, madam, for a gentleman who requires absolute privacy. The location of the residence isn't widely known.
Sure. Oh, I believe you also act as chaperone.
I believe that is the phrase, madam. You might say we have all the Victorian mod cons here.
Very comforting.
My dear Miss Marsden, you look quite ravishing.
Well, thank you.
You'll take a glass of sherry.
Why not?
Sims, please be seated. You know, Miss Marsden, I'm sure that extraordinary club must regard you as one of its major assets.
Oh, hardly, but it's a lovely thought. Actually, I'm still recovering from last night. The magnificent way you took care of those terrible men. You made it all seem so easy.
Oh, it was. They were ruffians, no more.
Extra dry, sir.
Thank you, Sims.
But you must have had some training.
Ah, well, merely life. Europe in the late 19th century was well equipped with rogues and vagabonds. That's a good training for any man.
The 19th?
Mm.
Of course, you must be the Adamant. The man they woke up. How fascinating. You must find things so different, so strange.
Well, not really, no. Science, of course, has advanced considerably. They're not unexpectedly. The only real change is in society, and that's a pity.
But in what way?
Well, in the way that human beings are always changed by their environment. As the machines go faster, so do we, and so does time.
But not here.
No, not here. Except perhaps now.
How very nice. You know, Mr. Adamant, I shan't feel safe in that club again. Unless you were there. Would you?
Well, if I said yes, it would be an empty promise.
But tonight? You'd come tonight?
Well, of course.
Luncheon is served, sir.
Surely your father will understand.
When your merest whim is law, why should you understand?
But this operation he's having, why in London?
In Muada, we don't, as yet, have the facilities or the doctors. His medical advisors have insisted. I shall go to see him soon at the clinic.
The clinic?
Yes.
But that's what Vargas and Helen were talking about last night. What sort of clinic?
Just a private clinic. I don't understand what you mean about Mr. Vargas.
Look, what did he say to you about the money? What was the arrangement?
Oh, just that he's prepared to wait.
Nothing more?
Well, he wants me to sign a document. The security, you see. Oh, I would only say that when my father dies, I promise to pay.
$250,000? Rather, is he playing it smooth?
I don't understand.
Got to dash. Ahmed, promise you won't sign it before I see you. It's very important.
When shall I see you?
Tonight at the club. Bye.
It's been absolutely delightful. And such a perfect meal.
My pleasure, and not for the last time, I hope.
All you have to do is ask. Oh, and next time, give the chaperone the afternoon off.
I fear that would now be dangerous, madam.
Until tonight, then.
What was she doing here?
She was taking luncheon. I trust that meets with your approval.
But she saw me.
Well, Miss Jones?
Well, for one thing, she's in with Vargas.
Oh, nonsense. I find her a most charming lady. Besides, it was his men who attacked her last night.
She'll soon put the blinkers on you.
Was there any particular reason for your visit?
I happen to know where Sheik Bencharis is.
So do I. He's at present relaxing in room 14 at the Belvedere Clinic. His entourage occupy the whole of the second floor and will do so for the next 6 days.
Not if he dies, they won't.
He won't die. The operation's not considered serious. At this stage, Vargas has nothing to gain by killing the sheik.
Mr. Adamant, I've just had lunch with Ahmed and he owes Vargas $250,000.
I see already. The big game, I suppose.
Yes. How did you know?
Well, it was obviously leading up to some such coup.
But don't you see, Vargas hasn't a hope of getting the money unless he kills Ahmed's father.
My dear Miss Jones, I do appreciate your interest, but whatever devilish plans are afoot, they do not include debt collecting.
But Ahmed told me. Vargas wants him to sign a paper promising to pay the money when his father dies.
What paper?
Well, a sort of agreement between them, and if Ahmed won't sign, he's going to show the IOUs to the sheik.
So now we have it.
Have what?
A devilishly simple plan, eh, Sims?
It is indeed, sir.
What is?
That note is the key to it all, and probably the true motive for murdering the sheik.
Sims?
Diabolically clever, miss.
I think it's time I paid a visit to Sheikh Hassim Ben Sharez. Don't you agree, Sims?
Absolutely, sir. As they say, the moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, and leaves a broken fingernail.
Good afternoon, my dear. A pleasant lunch?
Interesting. You know that new girl, the one that's hanging around Ahmed?
Yes.
She is also hanging around Adamant. Walked in as though she paid the rent.
When she comes for work this afternoon, take her below.
To the guest room?
Yes. See that she is made comfortable. Then kill her.
You're in my heart, my mouth, my mind with friendship.
Effendi, your purpose here?
To offer my friendship and best wishes to Sheikh Hassim Ben Sharez and to speak with him on a matter of grave importance.
He is resting.
Yeah. He would wish to be disturbed.
The boy stays here.
The girl goes in. So,
Greetings to you, Sheikh Hassim Ben Sharez. If I may introduce myself.
You are known to me, Adamant.
I really am most impressed.
The clinic is used to our ways. They like to make us feel completely at home.
I see. You're very kind.
And your purpose here?
I bring grave news, Effendi. I very much fear an attempt upon your life while you are here. I must urge you to be on your guard against all strangers.
You would not come unless you were certain, so I shall forgive the insult to my guard.
No insult was intended, nor do I doubt their loyalty. But the man who seeks to destroy you is well schooled in deceit and trickery.
No one can reach this room without being seen.
True. But although the hawk sees all, he has been known to fall to the snake.
That is true. You have my gratitude.
And you will take care.
Every precaution will be taken. This man, perhaps, if he were removed...
He shall be removed at the right time. The matter will receive my personal attention.
we're watching him all the time, Sheikh Ben Sharez.
You have not introduced your friend.
Miss Georgina Jones.
I see. Approach me. A wife, perhaps, or
No.
just a more?
No, more a colleague, Effendi.
Most unusual and very pleasing to the eye. A rare sight could not be seen in Huada. You speak for her?
Yes, I speak for her, but I cannot allow any arrangements.
Cannot allow?
Not possibly, Effendi. Not without offending your own son.
Ahmed? Oh, forgive me. You must call again, Mr. Adamant, perhaps after the operation.
I should be delighted, Effendi. Thank you most kindly.
What was all that about?
The sheik merely wished to purchase you for his harem.
No.
If you would wear more orthodox garments, Miss Jones, these matters would not arise.
He's a dirty old man.
Not at all. He probably felt you needed some decent clothes, a few good meals, and a lesson or two in manners. On second thoughts, it might do you the world of good. Excuse me, Doctor. Are you attending upon the sheik?
Yes, I'm to consult Professor Rayner, but I cannot possibly divulge any information.
Yes, of course, I do understand. But you do appreciate the Foreign Office is interested?
The Foreign Office?
Yes.
Oh, yes, quite.
We must know, I'm afraid, when you intend to operate.
Tonight.
Ah, tonight?
Yes, he specifically asked us to waste no time, so we're getting on with the preparations now. That is, if we can pry him away from his entourage for a while.
Quite. Just one more question, if you don't mind.
Yes?
The sheik's condition, is it considered serious?
Well, he should have had this done perhaps about a year ago, but then it's taken us that time to get him over here. Now, the actual operation, serious though it is quite straightforward. And provided we don't run into any complications, I should say he should be ready to get out of here in about a week's time.
Thank you, Doctor.
Not at all.
Come on. These guards are giving me the creeps.
They operate tonight.
Anyone who tries to get past that pair will need 1 or 2 operations themselves.
Then what better time to act than when they cannot guard him?
Not with you.
Tonight, and only tonight, is the sheik vulnerable. And that is when Vargas will make his move.
Then we just stay here?
And leave the element of surprise to him? No. I must find out how he plans to attack. And then riposte.
You'll never blue, no more bets. 21 red.
Oh, cheer up, Ahmed. This could be your night.
I doubt it. Anyway, I can't stay long.
Oh, what?
I have to be at the clinic.
Of course, they operate on your father tonight. Well, don't worry, you'll be all right. Now, you will see Mr. Vargas before you leave, won't you?
Perhaps.
I think you should. He is expecting you.
There's your bed, please.
Where is Georgina? I haven't seen her in the crowd.
No, she's late. What? Do you know her well?
Only since last night.
Excuse me. Hi. You should have been here an hour ago.
Yeah, I was held up.
Busy with Adamant, I suppose.
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, we found you out.
Excuse me.
Now, I think it's just about time you told us all about yourself.
Here's your bed. You'll never blue, never blue. Let's see. 14 red.
Adam, so you kept your promise after all?
Well, of course, my dear Miss Marston, but if you would excuse me...
Certainly not. You swore not to leave my side as long as there was a scoundrel in the house.
Do you see scoundrels?
They're all scoundrels. Unless they buy me a drink.
Oh, forgive me. What would you care to take?
Oh, champagne. A lady should always drink to her champion with champagne.
Champagne, please. A magnum.
Any particular vintage, sir?
Yes. 97, I think.
97, sir?
Yes. Wonderful year, my dear. Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee and the vintage that produced the champagne of the decade.
A little faded perhaps by now, though, wouldn't you think?
Ah, yes. Yes, of course. What a pity.
Try our 52, you might change your mind.
Yes.
Expecting someone?
No. I was just fascinated by this jovial gathering.
Come, Ahmed. We agreed I was to have some form of security.
But surely the notes are sufficient.
To take to your father, perhaps, but for myself, I need something more.
But this makes no mention of my gambling loss. It's more an agreement to pay you $250,000.
Naturally. Surely you wouldn't wish your advisors to know how the debt was incurred. It might be most embarrassing.
Yes, but if you don't mind, Mr. Vargas, I would like a little time to think this over.
But I do mind. I want that signed tonight, now.
And I've said I don't wish to yet.
Then these IOUs must be delivered to your father at once.
Why are you so different? So eager for me to sign?
An amount of this size is no idle matter. Now, please, no more argument.
I said no. Tomorrow, when I've considered it fully.
You see, Ahmed, there are various ways of making you sign. The personal way or the impersonal way.
No. You couldn't.
With considerable pleasure. A pretty face, don't you think? And such strong spirits. Always an interesting combination.
Leave her alone. This is between us. Nothing to do with her, do you hear? Leave her alone.
You will sign. A few minutes in there and you will beg me to let you sign.
It's magnificent, really. It's light, yet it appears to be full of body.
Good. Do you know you're the only man alive who can tell them apart?
Ah, yes. Tell me, where is Miss Jones tonight?
Miss Jones?
Yeah.
Oh, little Georgie. She's at the big game. Any particular reason?
No. She was just very kind to me the other evening, and I neglected to give her this.
How very sweet. Why not do me a favor and see her at the same time? I have to go in there myself to see if everything's all right. After last night, I'm a little nervous.
I shall be delighted to accompany you, Miss Marsden.
Come on now. We don't want you to miss anything, do we, Axman?
You? All right. All right, I'll sign.
Perhaps you'd like to be absolutely...
I'll sign! I said I'll sign!
Gentlemen, we have a visitor.
I thought you said she was here.
She must have left for a moment.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Gentlemen, a girl. Was she here?
For an adventurer, Adam, you're really very naive.
So, all the time it was...
A game, darling. The big game.
So clever. But oh, so vulnerable. So vulnerable.
Wake up for a little while, Adamant.
Leave him alone. Can't you see he's hurt?
You have troubles enough of your own, my dear.
You said you'd let her go.
And you believe me? Didn't you realize that she could prove how I got this very valuable document?
But you'll get the money.
Money? I have more money than I need. Oh, no, Ahmed. I want much more. This is your certificate of death. If you don't obey me completely, your people will strike you down.
We're not savages.
Not quite. But when it is shown that you offered me this sum to kill your father, death, I assure you, will be a blessing.
What do you mean?
You really should have read it closer, my dear boy. I quote, "In the event of the death of Sheikh Ben Shares, I agree to pay the sum of £250,000 to Nicholas Vargas in full payment of services rendered." Who will fail to believe that services rendered included murder?
You fiend.
You can't say that. No one will believe you.
You intend to murder the sheik, your father. Once done, you'll never be free of them again.
You're so right, Adamant.
Yes, Vargas, but the game is not over yet.
Unfortunately for you and the girl, the game is most certainly over.
You'll get nothing this way. Kill my father and I'll hunt you down if it takes the rest of my life.
You forget, Ahmed, that I control the rest of your life. Cooperate or die. In the revolution which would follow your death, my colleagues would take control. Now, I'm sure you will all excuse me. We are already running late. Goodbye. And believe me, Adamant, this time there will be no awakening.
Madam.
Get away from her!
Leave him alone, Arwen. You can't argue with an animal, particularly the cowardly variety.
All right. I'll fix you.
You're a fool, Nicky. Old ladies, young girls are all you've got the courage to face. Go on. Go on, use your knife on the girl. See if it gives you a little more strength.
You think so?
No? All right, then try me. Come on. It was a better death than he deserved, but there wasn't much time.
Father, can we reach him before Vargas?
We must.
Is everything going all right, sister?
Patient is quite comfortable, sir.
Oh, good. I don't seem to know you. Are you new here?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good.
Ah, Doctor, thank heavens you're here. The sheik, do you not operate tonight?
Oh, preparation is right on the way. It'll all be over in half an hour.
But are you not operating?
Oh, no, no. I'm the consultant of the case. Oh, it's perfectly straightforward. Mr. Mason is the surgeon.
I see.
Oh, you've nothing to worry about. The sheik is in the most capable of hands.
Yes, I'm sure, Doctor, but I do have his son with me.
Well, then, why don't you pop into the observation room? First on the right,
Thank you,
second on the left.
He started the operation. Surely Vargas wouldn't dare attack now.
No. No, he was far too confident for that.
Already they're inside.
It is too dangerous to go in there. Go quickly and get your father's guards, and quietly. I must go carefully. The slightest move might precipitate disaster.
He's ready.
Nurse, check instruments. Scalpel.
Vargas. Vargas, now is the time to pay.
Father, is he all right?
Yes, sleeping peacefully, I trust.
Couldn't have cut it much closer.
It is the essence of all fine surgery, Monsieur. I think we can say that the operation was a failure, but that the patient is doing nicely.
Adam! Hey! Adam!
Are our two worlds so far apart? Reaching for your heart was reaching for a star. Is it that I arrived too late? Instrument of fate? Is that all you are in one simple breath? You may think he's a charmer, but death is the life he has known. If you want love and your years filled with laughter and content ever after, leave this man alone. Leave this man alone.